Hi, it's Mary Ellen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my top 10 creative journal spreads of all time. Now, before we begin, I have to mention that this is really sad. I lost my journal from 2021. That was the first year that I was super consistent with journaling. I did journal in the past, but that was the first year that I really journaled all the time, and I cannot find that journal. Now, my daughter and I just went through this whole office and we got rid of a bunch of planners, and I'm hoping that it wasn't in there. But yeah, so when I say my top 10, it means my top 10 from 2022, 2023, and this year. That being said, it was extremely hard to choose because I have such fond memories of making these spreads, of writing in them, and some of them I just absolutely love. So, and some I don't love, let's be honest, but I'm going to show you the ones that I chose. So this is my journal from 2022, and we are just going to start there. I also tried to choose a wide variety of spreads. Something I find interesting when I make these top 10 spreads is I try to look at all of the spreads and see what they have in common. Why are they my favorites? And then if I can find a commonality, it will help me then create spreads, more of the spreads that I love in the future. As we go along, we're going to kind of look at them and see what do they have in common. So the first spread is from February 2022. This is a spread using one of the Planningwithbumble Houses and Trees sticker book, probably the first one. And I like this one because the colors really appeal to me. I'm a pastel girly at heart, and these stickers are just so pretty, and I really like the pen colors I chose. I like the washi tape I chose, and I think I like this because my handwriting looks good. It's not too much. It's not all over the place. It just feels good. I was sad. Yeah, I was sad. I was having a hard time this year. Still having a hard time, but this was pretty soon after my son passed away. And so I was using journaling to try to process my grief. I also had a separate journal where I would just kind of write sloppily, write whatever came to mind. And this was my public journal, so I wasn't sharing everything in these spreads because I like to keep some privacy. But yeah, it was a hard time of year for me. It was a hard year. And sometimes when things are hard, just bringing in fun, cheery, pretty stickers does help like a minuscule amount, at least while you're making it, right? So anyway, I really like this one. I think it's very pretty. I also wasn't naming the spreads yet back in February 2022. I think I start in the summer, maybe. We'll see. Okay, so this one is the first week of spring in 2022. This spread was one that I used for a video that I gave to Happy Planner to put on their YouTube channel about creative journaling. I think in that one they did speed up my voice a little, so I sound a little funny. I think when I gave it to them, it was just a touch long, and they did make me sound a little higher pitched than I actually am, but I do like the video. I worked really hard on that, and I love this spread. It's fun. We have little doodles here, like a water bottle and a little TV. I was watching Good Girls season 4. We have a little sun there, and it just feels spring-like, right? Yeah, I was careful to write neatly on this one because it was for Happy Planner, but also because I just wanted to. So this one was in April of 2022, and I love this one for a different reason. So first of all, I wrote very, very small in this. This was probably the spread that I've written the smallest in all of the journal spreads I've ever made. And it's because that week I think I had extra time to write, and also I had a lot to say. So I was grieving really, really hard. I was also at the time having relationship problems. I was really going through it and was struggling with getting motivated to work and all of that stuff. So I used stickers from that Happy Planner recovery layout sticker book. I just thought that these girls felt like appropriate for this spread. I put in a lot of butterflies, and I said in this spread that they represented my grief because they're always kind of flying around me. They never go away. And so this spread felt like it represented my grief in a way. I've said this before, but sometimes when I'm going through a really hard time, I like to use my planner in different ways. Like the stickers I put down either are going to be more cheery to try to feel a little bit better, or they're going to be more gloomy so that, not that these are gloomy, but you know what I mean? They're going to be darker and more moody so that it represents my mood. It depends on when I'm making the spread, how I'm feeling. Do I want to really feel my feelings and get in there, or do I want to try to be a little more brighter and cheerier? So this week I was really feeling my feelings and I brought it all into my journal, and I just love how this looks. I love how much I wrote on it and how I felt when I was writing, because I felt like I could really get it all out on the pages. Since we're talking about feelings and mental health, I feel like this is a good time to talk to you a little bit about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. As many of you know, I've been struggling a lot with grief over the past few years. Losing someone close to you can feel like your whole world is turned upside down. And for a while, I felt like I was just drowning in my emotions. That's when I decided to seek help, and therapy has been a lifeline for me during this time. Having a safe space to pour out my feelings, my thoughts, my fears, all of that without judgment has been so healing for me. I have a long way to go, but therapy has been very, very helpful. And if you're going through something like this, whether it be grief, anxiety, or just any kind of mental health challenges in general, I want you to know that there's support out there for you too. BetterHelp has been instrumental in my healing. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed professional therapist who is there in your corner, who is genuinely there to listen to you and provide unbiased advice and support. So here's how it works. You start by visiting their site through my link, betterhelp.com/planningwithbumble. You answer a few questions, and based on your answers, BetterHelp will match you to a therapist that they think is right for you based on your situation or any kind of challenges you're facing. And the best part is you don't even have to leave your home. You can do it through phone calls or messaging or video calls. It's just really easy. Within usually 48 hours, you'll be connected with a therapist who's ready to start you on your journey to better mental health. It's convenient, it's affordable, and most of all, it's effective. So if you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed or just need somebody to talk to, let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can help. Visit betterhelp.com/planningwithbumble or choose Planning with Bumble at sign up, and you can get a special discount on your first month. Remember, you're not alone, and it really is okay to ask for help. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back to it. This one just makes sense for me. Also, I wrote everywhere, except that corner. I don't know why I didn't write in that corner, but I didn't. Yeah, except that corner, but the rest wrote everywhere, and I love the colors. Okay, then we skip all the way until my birthday in September. This was my birthday week. I used the Feels Like Sunshine sticker book. I started naming them, so I call this one Birthday Sunshine. I turned 55 this year, and yellow is my favorite color, so the Feels Like Sunshine sticker book really appealed to me, and I was excited to use it for the first time. I was still having a really hard time. Like I said, I'm still having a hard time, you guys. I know I don't talk about it much, but I still am really having a difficult time. And it's not something, grief isn't something that goes away. It's not something you get over. It's something that you have to incorporate into your life. If you're new here, maybe you don't know, I lost my husband in 2018, and then I lost my son in 2021. He was not my husband's son. That was my second husband. Grief changes you, and also you just don't ever get over it. So if somebody's grieving in your life, try not to minimize it, or I don't know. I just want you to realize that years down the line, it still is there, and they're still having really hard moments. And so if something feels a little bit off with a friend or family member, especially like around the holidays, if it just feels like they're not, you know, going out as much, or maybe they're not responding to you as much, maybe ask them how they're doing, because it still is very raw, you know, and it will be, especially, you know, losing my son, it's going to be like that for the rest of my life. It's changed a little bit, but it's still very much there. But this was the first year, and this was right before the week of the death anniversary, so it was a difficult time for me. But I brought in these colors because it was my birthday and because I just felt like I wanted to brighten my mood a little, and this, you know, it helped for a minute probably, but it did help a little. And I love the pens I used. I just think this was a fun spread, and so yeah, it's a fun birthday spread, I think, without being too birthday, if that makes sense. Okay, so that is the 4 spreads from 2022. 4, I think, yeah. So let's go into 2023. I don't think it's a coincidence that there's more spreads I liked in 2023 than 2022. That's because as I go on with my journaling journey, so to speak, I find that I know more of the kinds of spreads I like to make. And 2023 was a year where I really branched out in my journal, and I decided to switch up the layout because 2022 was just vertical all year. 2023, I switched it up every week. This one was a bullet journal type spread. In other words, the pages were completely blank and I put everything down myself. I love this one too because it has a lot on here, right? I'm a very busy planner. I like busy filled out pages, as you can tell, and this one felt like that. But also there is like some white space in here a little bit anyway, and it feels very, very organized. We have, you know, the days of the week here, which I don't always do. And then little sections over here, like I have, my word of the year was connect. So I have a list of the ways I connected that week, a gratitude list, a pampering schedule, stuff like that. And it was a very self-care focused spread. I love these stickers were from Live Love Posh, by the way. I love these flowers, and I wrote words on them like my good qualities, things I need to work on, and ways to connect. Oh, and ways to heal. Yeah. I just think this one's so pretty. And again, pastel is like, has my heart. Pastels have my heart for sure. And bright colors. This one was from February 2023, and I was feeling sad because I had broken up with my fiance at the time, who I have since gotten back together with him and broke up again. And yeah, whew, it's been crazy. But this was right after the breakup last year. And I felt like, let's see what I did the week before. Oh, this was Valentine's Day. Oh, this was the week that we broke up. It was like right after the week we broke up. So I was focusing on self-care for a reason. This was Valentine's week. And then we have this one, which I thought, let's bring in bright colors. Sorry, that's my dog, Bumble. I thought, let's bring in some bright colors and have some fun this week. I just grabbed her because, you know, we don't want the squeaks, Bumble. We don't want the squeaks. We don't mind the grumbles so much, but not the squeaks. Yes. Okay. I think this is really fun because the colors are fun. Like I started with these stickers from Happy Planner, and it's such like a interesting color palette. And I brought in some boxes in those colors, and then the pens, the Tombow pens in those colors. And I just think like the addition of this sort of chartreuse color really packs a punch. I also love my handwriting in this. I think I worked really hard on writing neatly, and I just felt like journaling a lot at the time was helpful. Now, I will say this time around, we just broke up again. And this time around, I have dropped my planners and my journal. And I kind of feel like I need to get back into my journal, but I'm just struggling with it a lot. So apparently last year, my way of healing was to journal, and this year my way of healing is to just rest. And that's okay to do once in a while with journaling or with planners, you know, and I'm trying to give myself grace, but I also think it's maybe time to jump back in. Anyway, I think this one's so, so cute. All right, and then a whole different vibe altogether. This one was from March of 2023. And I don't usually pick spreads that are pretty neutral like this, or like monochromatic, or darker, moodier spreads. Although I did pick that one from 2022, but this one I just love because of how I laid it out. So this page was from one of the Happy Planner guided journals. And so this was already on the page, and this, I did change up some of it. The flowers were already on the page, but this side was completely blank. And I just love how it looks, especially after the pen. I love my handwriting. I love how I laid it out and how everything's neat and organized. And as we continue through showing you my favorite spreads, you'll see that that is the theme, organized. I do love the spreads too that are sort of all over the place, but if it has like organization, I seem to like it better. So that's a lesson that I'm trying to learn still. But I just did a little journaling here about, I had just gotten back from Go Wild. I was sick. Talk about being sick. I have 3 wins of the week. And then a quote, every day is a fresh start. And then I journal a little bit about that. So sometimes I'll take a quote that I like and just like a quote sticker and just journal about that particular quote. And that's a way to, if you don't know what to write, sometimes that's a way to figure out what to write, is just look at the sticker and write about that. Use it as like a little prompt, right? I wrote things that I love here, and how did I connect this week? Why am I lucky? Kindness, blah, blah, blah. I just adore this one. I think it's so pretty. Oh, didn't write that week. Honorable mention to this one. This is not one of the ones I chose, but this is the recovery layout. And I just think this one and the one before it, these two are so cute. And so, again, very organized, right? And like lined up. I think that's the theme here of the things that I like. And I do tend to gravitate toward the pastels. This is another week I didn't write. These are hard to turn on these expander discs sometimes. Ugh. Okay, this was another one of my top 10. I just did this last September, and I am not someone who loves blue and green spreads, but I have to say this one, mwah, just love it so much. I got these girl stickers from Temu. These are some, I think, Live Love Posh florals, and I don't usually cover the center, but this time I decided to bring in some of that blue, and maybe that's why I like it so much. It's just a little bit different. Bringing washi tape down and bringing that color to the center really makes a difference, I think. And I don't do that very often, but I did it that time. This is a dashboard layout, so it's already sort of lined up and organized for me. This section I did break off into little areas, but I really, really just enjoy this spread. I also love my handwriting. And I think another thing to mention about my favorites is usually after the pen, I pick my favorites that my handwriting looked the best, because some weeks it just doesn't look the best. And I think the ones I gravitate toward, usually it looks better than other weeks. And it depends on how much time I have during the week. If I have a lot of time, I'll write really neatly. If I don't, I'll just sort of write sloppily. Or if I'm just in a mood, like there's one in here. Let me find it. I know I just showed you this in a flip through, but in case you didn't see it, there's one in here that's like so messy. This one, I'm not going to flip it all the way because of this situation, but this one, yeah. I was burnt out. I had so much, oh God, that was a hard week. It was like taxes and I call that one crappy week. Yeah. Taxes, and like I was just so overwhelmed, and I was burnt out. So yeah, that's definitely not one of my favorites. The handwriting isn't good, the stickers, yeah, but it did serve a purpose in that I got it all out on paper, right? Oh boy, this is one towards the back. We're gonna have to do this. I don't know why, like usually these will flip pretty nicely, but I'm having trouble. This was a good week. I like that one. This is horrible. Yuck. Hate this. Ooh, I said it was stressing me out, how much I hated that. All the way in the back. I didn't think I even, oh, I did one in December. Like in December, that's really pretty too, but in December, I don't think I wrote a lot. I stopped, didn't finish the month. Anyway, this one was the homespun sticker book by the Happy Planner last December. And again, I think it's just laid out like nicely. And I just gravitate toward that. So I think I got to start doing that all the time now. Maybe. I call it Sunshine and Smiles. Again with the pastels, like so pretty. I added some little confetti at the top. There's birds, there's bees, there's stars and moons and hearts. Little doodles throughout. And it just feels nice to me. So there you go. I like it. Okay, there's one more. Ooh, that was rough. There's one more that I'm going to show you from 2024. I haven't done a lot in 2024 because we did break up early February, so I really didn't fill out much in February, but I will show you one from January that is in my top 10. I almost picked this one because look at those animals. Isn't that so cute? That was actually January into February, and that's the last one I've done. Yeah, I made this, never wrote in it. I thought I might do that one, didn't. Made this and haven't written in it, but we're gonna get back to it, you guys. We're getting back to it. This one I love, but I didn't include that one. I'm including this one because it's just different. It's just a different vibe from anything I've done in my journal. And I broke it out into days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it was so easy to make because all I did was diagonal washi, and then I took these butterflies I got at the dollar store, and like they're supposed to be wall clings or wall stickers or something. I forget what they are, but they're not really meant for planners, but I used them for that and just threw them down. It was very easy. All my spreads in January were blue spreads, monochromatic spreads. You can see like that was the theme for the month because I want to have themes this year. But I just like how it looks. I think it's different. It's interesting. So that is that. Yeah. So let me know which one of those spreads of mine was your favorite. I just love creative journaling. I think it's such a great creative outlet, and it's healthy and it's fun. So if you're new to creative journaling and you're struggling or something, keep at it. I do have a creative journaling playlist where I have some beginner videos for you. Let me know if you want any other kind of beginner videos or what kind of videos you want to see on creative journaling as soon as I get back into my journal. Sometimes we take breaks for a reason, you guys, and it's okay. All right, I hope you guys have a great day, wonderful week, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.